Micro gardeners and balcony garden enthusiasts need to hear these numbers before they add one more pot. A single large planter filled with wet soil can weigh over 1,000 pounds, and the balcony you are standing on right now might only be rated to hold 1,600 pounds in total. This is the math that most container gardeners never do, and it leads to genuinely deadly consequences. Since 2003, an estimated 6,500 people have been injured from collapsing balconies and porches across the United States. Around 500 people get hurt every single year. The Chicago porch collapse of 2003 killed 13 people in a single incident. Most of us assume balcony collapses only happen at overcrowded parties, but the truth is far more unsettling. Water, soil, and the slow creep of weight over time can turn your peaceful garden sanctuary into a structural nightmare. Let's start with what your balcony was actually built to handle. Most modern apartment balconies are designed for a live load of 40 to 60 pounds per square foot, as specified in International Building Code Table 1607.1. That sounds like plenty until you do the math. A typical 4x10 foot balcony, 40 square feet, maxes out somewhere between 1,600 to 2,400 pounds total. That includes you, your chair, every single planter, every drop of water, and every grain of soil. Here's where it gets interesting. Buildings 4 stories and above are generally designed for 100 pounds per square foot because engineers expect larger gatherings. But if you're in a building of 3 stories or less, your balcony might only be rated for 40 pounds per square foot. That smaller number changes everything. So how much do your pots actually weigh? This catches people off guard. Dry potting soil weighs about 25 pounds per cubic foot. Seems manageable, right? But wet potting soil doubles that to 50 pounds per cubic foot. If you made the mistake of using dense garden topsoil instead of a proper potting mix with coconut coir or perlite, you could be looking at over 100 pounds per cubic foot when it is saturated. Let me put that into real terms. A large planter holding 8 cubic feet of soil, which is not unusual for a small tree or a big shrub, could add 600 to 800 pounds of soil weight alone when it has been soaked by rain or a thorough watering. That is before the weight of the pot itself, before the plant, and before the water sitting in the saucer underneath. Here's the detail that really matters. Your planters get heavier over time. When you first set them up, everything seems fine. The soil is relatively light, the plant is small. But as the plant grows, as roots fill the container, as you water again and again and organic matter compacts, that planter gains weight week by week. After watering or rain, a pot can weigh 1.5 to 2 times more than its dry weight. Saturated soil weighs nearly double what it does when it is dry. Water is one of the heaviest things on your balcony. Every single gallon weighs 8.3 pounds. Plain garden soil runs about 12 pounds per gallon. Now multiply that across 5, 10, or 15 containers, and you start to see the problem. There is a simple rule of thumb I want you to remember. If you cannot comfortably push a pot across your balcony on a plant caddy with one hand, it is probably too heavy, especially if you are planning to group several like it together. That is your gut check. Weight alone is not even the full story. Where you put that weight matters enormously. Engineers talk about something called point load versus distributed load. Your balcony's rating assumes weight is spread evenly across the entire surface, but nobody does that. We cluster our biggest pots along the railing because that is where the light is. We group our herb garden in one corner. We create concentrated pockets of weight in the weakest possible location. The strongest part of most balcony slabs is where they connect to the main building through the ledger board connection. The weakest part is the outer edge, right along that railing where you probably have your heaviest pots right now. This ledger board connection is actually the #1 failure point in deck and balcony collapses. Place your heaviest containers against the apartment wall, not along the outer railing. Use only lighter planters or hanging baskets on the balcony edge. This single change dramatically reduces the bending forces on the most vulnerable part of the structure. Now let me tell you why water damage scares structural engineers more than weight alone. In Berkeley, California, on June 16, 2015, a fourth-floor balcony collapsed during a 21st birthday party. 6 young people died: Ashley Donahoe, age 22, and Olivia Burke, Owen Culligan, Nikolai Schuster, Lorcan Miller, and Aymar Walsh, all just 21 years old. 7 more were seriously injured. One of those survivors later died in January 2022 from a stroke related to their injuries. The cause was dry rot, specifically a fungus called Serpula lacrimans that thrives when wood stays damp and cannot breathe. During construction, the balcony framing sat exposed to more than 38 inches of rain over nearly a year. Workers had used oriented strand board instead of water-resistant plywood, and that material soaks up water like a sponge. By the time anyone was living there, the damage was already invisible and irreversible. Here is what connects that tragedy directly to your garden. When you cut a drainage hole in the bottom of a planter and let water seep out onto your balcony surface, you are adding moisture to the structure with every single watering. Wood needs sustained moisture above 20% for rot to begin. Normal wood sits at 12 to 15%. Brief rain will not do it, but a steady drip from your planters absolutely will. The tenants in that Berkeley apartment had actually reported mushrooms growing on the balcony, mushrooms growing out of the structure itself. Gray Star Real Estate Partners, the property management company, ignored it. Attorney Rachel Miller, who specializes in construction defect lawsuits, put it plainly. Nearly every case is because of water. Water gets into the building. You have to anticipate that is going to happen. So what do you watch for? Visible sagging, any noticeable dip in the structure. Cracks or splits, not hairline surface marks, but deeper cracks, especially where the balcony meets the main wall. Creaking or unusual noises when weight shifts, and water pooling. If your balcony used to drain well, but now has a low spot where water collects, the slab may already be bowing under load. Here is your action plan. First, do the math. Find out your balcony's square footage. Multiply that area by a conservative 15 to 20 pounds per square foot for your plant budget. That accounts for the space you need for yourself, a chair, and a safety margin. On a 40 square foot balcony, that gives you 600 to 800 pounds for plants, maximum. Second, switch materials. Ditch terracotta and concrete pots and choose quality plastic, resin, fabric grow bags, or fiber clay containers. They are dramatically lighter with no visual trade-off. Replace heavy garden soil with a container potting mix that includes perlite, vermiculite, or coconut coir. It drains better and weighs 30 to 40% less when wet. Third, manage your water. Use saucers to catch runoff and empty them regularly. Never let water pool on the balcony surface. Sweep away leaves and debris that trap moisture against the structure. Fourth, distribute wisely. Put heavy pots against the wall and place lighter pots and hanging baskets toward the railing. Spread everything out. Never cluster all your weight in one spot. And fifth, inspect regularly. Get on your hands and knees once each season and look at the connection points, the undersides if you can see them, the railings, and the floor surface. California now requires mandatory balcony inspections under laws Senate Bill 721 and Senate Bill 326, with penalties of up to $500 per day for non-compliance. Those laws exist because people died. Your balcony garden can be beautiful, productive, and completely safe, but only if you respect the structure holding it up. Do the math. Choose lighter materials. Manage water like it is the threat it actually is, because the best garden in the world is not worth a single crack in the structure beneath your feet.